Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. To you, we bring the midday news. Here are the headlines. Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio, Planning and Coordination Parliamentary Affairs Minister Neba Kronu and leader of NPF Legislature Party leader T.R. Zheliang meets NSC and IM leaders and Government of India representative and interlocutor A.K. Mishra in Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch the Indian Space Association. The Indian Army said the latest round of talks between Indian and Chinese military commanders over the standoff in Ladakh broke down. Two Bangladeshi miscreants were injured in an encounter by the Uttar Pradesh police in the Chinnaut area of Lucknow district. I'll read the news in details now. The Sahitya Academy, in collaboration with the Department of Tenidi, Nagaland University Kohima campus, Marima, will be organizing a 3-day creative writing workshop from October 28th to 30th at Nagaland University Kohima campus, Marima. Some renowned writers and educators will be the resource persons for the workshop. Meanwhile, the primary objective of the workshop is to promote and look at the various aspects of creative writing like poetry, prose and drama in the context of native languages writing in Nagaland and the Northeast. Furthermore, registration fee for the workshop will be Rs 200 with a capacity of 30 persons. Deputy Commissioner and Vice Chairman DPDB Wokha Orentung Lota informs all DPDB members that the monthly District Planning and Development Board meeting will be held on Monday at the Deputy Commissioner's Conference Hall, Wokha, during which two agendas will be discussed, mainly registration of Society Care Educational and Welfare Society, Sumung, Colony Ward number 7 and Rural Development Department presentation through PowerPoint representation is being discussed. Two Bangladeshi miscreants were injured in an encounter by the Uttar Pradesh police in the Chinnaut area of Lucknow district on Sunday. One constable, Rinku, has also sustained injuries during cross-firing as per Nilabja Chaudhary, Joint Commissioner of Police Crime. Around 12 armed Bangladeshi miscreants were asked to stop at a checking point at Malhor railway station, following which they began running away. He said the miscreants began firing at the team, in retaliation to which the team fired too. In the exchange of fires, two of them were injured and one of our constables also sustained injuries, he said. Chaudhary further informed that a total of 3 miscreants have been arrested, while the others, benefiting from the darkness, were successful at running away. He further told that several cases have been registered against the gang and they were here again for executing another planned robbery. The injured miscreants have been identified as Rubil and Alam alias Alim. In a gruesome incident, 2 brothers were brutally stabbed with sharp weapons by a group of people on Saturday in Garimari village under Barpata district, Assam. According to the family members of the deceased, the attackers, who are from nearby village Charakpara, allegedly wanted to capture a land bought by one of the 2 brothers, which led to a dispute. The assailants fled after the incident and the police are on hunt. Furthermore, the dead bodies have been sent for post-mortem examination. Senior Treasury Officer of WOCA has informed all pensioners who are drawing pension under Treasury Officer Office WOCA, both family and life, to come for physical verification on 21st to 22nd October during office hours. The Senior Treasury Officer has further informed that all concerned to follow social distancing and other COVID-19 SOP and protocols. The India-China said that the latest round of talks, the Indian Army said that the latest round of talks between Indian and Chinese military commanders over the standoff in Ladakh broke down on Sunday, adding that the Chinese side was not agreeable and could not provide any forward-looking proposals. China also indicated that the talks had failed, with a statement from the Chinese military Western Theater Command said that India insists on unreasonable and unrealistic demands, adding difficulties to negotiation. India had pressed for an early disengagement of troops in the remaining friction points in eastern Ladakh at the 13th round of military talks with China that lasted for around 8.5 hours on Sunday. A major factor of the Corps commander-level talks on the Chinese side of the Chushul-Moldo border point in eastern Ladakh was to complete the stalled disengagement at Hot Springs area known as Patrolling Point 15. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday paid respects to the great visionary Nanaji Deshmukh on his 105th birth anniversary and to Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan on his 119th birth anniversary. Modi further said that the Deshmukh dedicated his life to rural development and was one of the founding members of the Bharatiya Jan Sangh. He further mentioned that Deshmukh established a chain of RSS-inspired schools throughout India. While he mentioned that Lok Nayak was one of the prominent faces of Quit India movement and he is remembered for leading the mid-1970s opposition against Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, for whose overthrow he called for a total revolution, and that the Janata Party was voted into power for the first non-Congress party to form a government at the centre under his guidance. On Sunday, Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio, Planning and Coordination Parliamentary Affairs Minister Neba Kronu and leaders of NPF Legislature Party leader T.R. Zeliang met with NSC and IM leaders and Government of India representative and interlocutor A.K. Mishra in Delhi. The meeting was in connection with the Naga political issue. On Saturday, Rio flew to Delhi along with NPF leader T.R. Zeliang to join Neba Kronu, who was already there in their mission to play their role in ensuring talks were on track. According to sources, Rio, Zeliang and Kronu met A.K. Mishra at Nagaland House, Delhi. The three had reportedly conveyed the resolution of the UDA all-party government for early settlement of the Naga political issue. Rio, along with Kronu and Zeliang, also met with NSC and IM leaders Ato Kilonza and Chief Negotiator T.H. Moivia, Chairman Q Tako and Vice Chairman Tongmen Wangnao at the Lodi Road residence of T.H. Moivia. The Minister of PHED Printing and Stationery Government of Manipur L. Dikho was the guest of honor at the 21st Naga Students Federation Matthias Memorial Trophy at Indira Gandhi Stadium in Kohima. The month-long tournament is hosted by Angami Students Union with ground management by Northern Angami Students Union. Minister L. Dikho said that it is high time that we ponder on how to bring more changes and development through sports. He also mentioned that it's time Nagaland learns from its closest neighbor state, Manipur. He pointed, saying that Manipur has over 5,000 registered football players at national and international level and that the state has Rajya Sabha members through the sports quota. He advised the youths to do their best and dedicate themselves, and they focused in their area of work. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will virtually launch the Indian Space Association at 11 a.m. on Monday. He will also interact with representatives of the space industry on the occasion. The Prime Minister took it to his Twitter to inform about the same. A Prime Minister's office release said that the Indian Space Association is the premier industry association of space and satellite companies, which aspires to be the collective voice of the Indian space industry. It will undertake policy advocacy and engage with all stakeholders in the Indian space domain, including the government and its agencies, echoing the Prime Minister's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Indian Space Association will help in making India self-reliant, technologically advanced and a leading player in the space area. Read the release. The Indian Space Association is representing by leading homegrown and global corporations with advanced capabilities in space and satellite technologies. Three central ministers may convene a meeting on Tuesday in the backdrop of concerns over possible blackouts in Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh because of depleting stocks of coal at power plants, said two government officials aware of the developments and conditions of enormity. The aim is to find ways to ensure adequate supply of the fossil fuel to build up stocks, said the two officials. Union Coal Minister Prahlad Joshi, Minister for Power and New Renewable Energy Rajkumar Singh and Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav may meet to deliberate on ways to increase coal supplies. For long, the largest miner of the fossil fuel state-run Coal India Limited has been flagging concerns over inadequate coal stocks at power plants. Union government officials said it will take at least a week for coal stocks to considerably build up, with the current supplies essentially meeting daily consumption needs. The Power Department of Mokokchung Division informed that there will be a total power shutdown from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily between October 11th and November 6th under Mokokchung Transmission Division. This was initiated due to scheduled vegetation clearance of 132 kV and 66 kV transmission lines. Mokokchung Transmission Division Executive Engineer Ahotoai stated that the aim to provide stable power supply and to prevent unwarranted disruption of power supply, this exercise has been initiated. Meanwhile, the Power Department appealed the public in the affected areas to extend their cooperation and bear with the convenience. More than 1.76 million have been affected due to severe rainfall and flooding in China's Jiangxi province on Sunday. A total of 1,20,100 people have been relocated and 1,89,973 hectares of crops have been damaged and more than 17,000 houses are reported to have collapsed. 4 traffic police are reported dead as a result of landslide in the province. The flooding in Jiangxi is said to be exceeding the devastating rainstorms in central China's Henan province in the summer, which killed 300 people in early August. But the impact is much lesser, said disaster relief experts. The district mental health program Kohima celebrates World Mental Health Day under the theme Mental Health is an Unequal World. At Good Samaritan Old Age Home Kohima, clinical psychologist DMHP spoke on the theme, while the PSW of DMHP shared the activities and services carried out by DMHP, followed by a special number that was presented by residents of the home. DMHP also conducted screening and mental health checkup for the elders, which providing free supply of medicines. Chakrama Youth Organization on Saturday held a press conference regarding the 51st Chakrama Sports Meet 2021. During the press conference, CYO informed that there will be a football match for men and a volleyball match for both men and women. They further informed that the winners will receive a prize money of worth rupees 50,000 for football men and second prize worth rupees 30,000, while the volleyball winner for men and women will get a prize money worth 20,000 and for the runners-up it will be 15,000. It is to be mentioned that this is a running trophy and that they would select more than 100 participants to play in the upcoming 50th anniversary of Angami Sports Association on February 22, 2022.
Our parent body is Kohima Public Organization. Aru mohan do under sports activities kan karne mohan group A, B, C, D kurigena divide kurigena ase. Group A constitutes of villages from Mezipema area, or Group D. And Group C also, we have villages from Razapema, Sochonoma and New Chumukidima area. Group B constitutes of villages from Chumukidima area, and Group A constitutes of villages from Dimapur town, which we call it Kuda area, Kuda unit. Last year, talked to Holedo Amihan for almost a decade. Kohima Sports Association Kogina Sports Department ekta Sports Association ekta alag Kogina thakije. And for almost a decade to Holedo Kohima Sports Association brahe group Kogina ido Kohima Sports meet to khilegina ije. Annually khile kintu ekta sal Holedo football, volley and games, and ekta sal de Holedo Naga wrestling. It organized.
That is all for now. This is Gargideka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.